Hi, I'm Susan Rutledge, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to take objects and tools in Adobe Illustrator and make this interlocking Celtic knot. First, I'm going to resize our knot and make it where we can keep it up in the top left corner of the artboard as a reference. Then I'll get the Ellipse tool, keyboard shortcut L, and click on the artboard with my mouse to open the Ellipse dialog box. I'll type in 4 inches for the width, tab down and type in 4 inches for the height, and then I'll say OK. Next, I'm going to remove the fill color, and I'm going to add a stroke weight of 25 points and press the return key. Now I'll move up to Object, down to Path, and choose Outline Stroke. Then I'll come over to the Appearance panel and click on the Color Fill icon, and I'm going to apply this pink CMYK color 09520, and I'm going to add a 4-point black stroke to the outside. Then get the Selection tool, keyboard shortcut V. Now I'm going to resize my circle to get it as close to 4 inches as I can get it. When I added this stroke, it got a little bigger than I want it to be. So I'll highlight the 4.4 some inches and type in 4 instead. The link is selected, so when I press the Enter key, the width and the height change equally. Next, I've got to make a couple of copies of this circle. The first one is going to stay on the same horizontal axis. The spacing is going to be half of the width of the first circle. That's going to be a 2-inch movement to the right. So I'll move the circle over on the artboard and then come up to Object, Transform, and choose Move. I'm going to have a horizontal movement of 2 inches. We're not going to move this circle vertically, so I'll type in 0, and then I'm going to press Copy. So now I have the first 2 circles in the right place. I'll select my original circle, come back up to Object, choose Transform and Move. This time the horizontal movement is only going to be 1/4 of the width of the circle, and that's going to be 1 inch. So I'll type in 1 here, and then I'm going to tab down. The vertical movement will be half the width of the circle, so I'll type in 2 and then press Copy. Now my circles are in place for the next step. But before we go there, I want to give you the formula for placing these circles in case yours aren't the same size as mine. The first copy, which is the right circle, is going to be placed half the width of the original circle on the same horizontal axis to the right. The second circle is to be placed 1/4 of the width of that first circle to the right, and then 1/2 of the width of the original circle down below it. As far as size goes, you can start out with any size for your original circle as long as you remember these formulas. But now let's get back to these circles on our artboard. I'll select all 3 of them and get the Shape Builder tool, keyboard shortcut Shift-M, and I'll hold down the Option key and drag over the parts of the circles that I don't need. I'll drag over the top right, the bottom, and the top left. And what is remaining is the basic shape for the Celtic knot. We just have to now create that over-under effect. And you can see on the design how that's going to look. Well, I'm going to start in this little area on the left side. So I'll click here with my mouse, hold it down, and I'm going to drag over the left piece and then come to the corner, turn the corner, and I'll come down and cross over this little piece here and then drag over the center right piece. So basically I have 3 of the bigger pieces, and they're all going to be joined together when I release my mouse. Now come to the bottom left. I'll hold down my mouse, click and drag to the corner, turn the corner, come over this one little piece and come to the bigger piece in the center and release my mouse. Then I'll come to the right side, click down with my mouse, drag to the corner, turn the corner, go over this little piece, and then drag over this last center piece on the left. Now I'll get the Selection tool, keyboard shortcut V, click on the artboard to deselect the design, and our Celtic knot is complete. Now if you want to add a drop shadow, you first have to group the objects, so I'll select them and use the keyboard shortcut Command G. Then I can come up to Effect, down to Stylize and choose Drop Shadow. And Illustrator is remembering the settings from the last time I used the Drop Shadow, and these settings are fine for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and say OK, and I'll click on the artboard to deselect my knot. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future tutorials, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.